Here's some food for thought.
Can it be juice?
Thank you, my lovely artificial audience. It's the show about extracting nutrients from plant matter.
What the heck is a Loquat?
It looks like Lockstin doesn't know!
Can it be juice?
On Pikmin 3 on the Wii U and Nintendo Switch, after getting all accessible fruits in the Garden of Hope, the ship can land in the distant tundra. But when the vessel named the Drake re-enters the atmosphere, we get a brief glimpse at our fruit. Then the ship has yet another mishap, where the Drake takes damage and separates Brittany from Alf once again. Our favorite botanist finds herself in a bed of snow, trying to call out to our dear engineer. Luckily, she is not alone, as the Voltaic Yellows await her recruitment to complete an integrated circuit in order for their onion to react, being activated by the alternating current, which can change direction periodically. After gathering enough Pikmin, Brittany can push the only thing preventing her from exiting this timeless cave, a steel ball. With the weight pushed, the botanist and her army can emerge to see Alfie across another broken bridge. But in order to fix this gap, they will have to share their teams over water to break all types of obstacles, including a dirt wall, an electric wall, then defeating a bearded Amprat, and bouncing on a rubber mushroom to collect blue fragments to fix one part of the bridge. After deactivating the shocking wall, we can see an incline with perpetually falling snowballs by two relatively harmless Arctic cannon beetle larvae. With the cold obstacles out of the way, we'll have to first defeat a voracious whip-tongue Bulborb that is guarding red fragments needed to repair Brittany's side of the bridge. Then we can finally reach that fabled branch to actually harvest our fruit where it was growing from. Hopefully, the temperature there was not below 27 degrees Fahrenheit, as it can kill the flowers and fruit. Then we need to push down a ball, break down 2 walls, and defeat pyroclasmic slooches, so we can access the last of the blue fragments. However, since the red side of the bridge was unfinished, the fruits would not be able to be carried further. So a crystal has to be broken. Then Brittany would need to bounce on a mushroom to the top of a pot, where the final red pieces are waiting. Unfortunately, there are unruly joust mites waiting right there to eat them up, needing a good spanking on their abdomen to defeat them. Now they can safely take the red fragments to fix the last of the bridge, and finally be able to juice the Velvety Dream Drop, also known as the Loquat. So Lockstin, this is the Loquat. It is a relative of the apple and the rose. You know the family Rosaceae? I'm sure you know of those, Mr. Pacific Northwest. So I made a new segment.
What did Lockstin forget?
And this calls for some franchise-specific music. Perfect. So we're gonna go over some berries that correspond to certain fruits we've done before. Starting with the cherry berry, which he said was very spicy and cures paralysis. He begins by saying it lowers excess body acids and blood stagnation, and is therapeutic for gout, paralysis, numbness in the extremities, and rheumatic pain in the lower region. He also adds that black cherries help prevent plaque in the brain and teeth, and black cherry juice is currently being researched for Alzheimer's patients. What he forgot was that the cherry berry, based off the cherry, has the natural gift typing of fire. So why are cherries connected to spiciness? It's because of eugenol. Eugenol is a colorless or pale yellow liquid compound present in oil of cloves and other essential oils and used in perfumery. It is also reminiscent of allspice. Also, fun fact, eugenol is similar in chemical structure to capsaicin. You know, the stuff that makes peppers hot? Lastly, eugenol as part of clove oil has been used in Chinese medicine to cure paralysis. Next, the raspberry! Raspberry, a play on cross, is hard and bitter and heals burns. Lockstin said that strawberry extract is an ingredient in some sunscreens. And he also said that anthocyanins are known to help block UV rays, helping to prevent sunburn. Now, Lockstin, preventing burns is not healing burns. So let's dig a little deeper. First of all, why is it bitter? In regards to strawberries, warm, sunny weather produces the most flavorful fruit. But when the weather is extremely hot, the berries may have a slightly bitter taste. In fact, strawberry plants produce smaller quantities of sugars when the weather is cool and cloudy. As a result, berries are not as sweet when the weather is cool and rainy in May or June. So you can blame the weather. Now, why does it heal burns? First of all, the strawberry has been used for many years in cosmetics, and a Madame Teresa Italian was the one that made strawberries popular in cosmetics and facial treatments. So what is it about strawberries that heals burns? Well, this time it's because of ellagic acid. It is a compound found in oak galls and various fruits and nuts, and it has the ability to inhibit blood flow and retard the growth of cancer cells. There's also a version of the strawberry where the reverse effect is also true, but it requires a little bit of genetic manipulation. Granted, the strawberry didn't actually go blue, as the fruit itself would have to change its pH level as its anthocyanins react to its acidity or its alkalinity. So that means, if the fruit itself is bitter, that means it being blue makes perfect sense!
You're geniuses.
Concerning the matter of genetic manipulation, scientists took the aggregate fruit, and yes, it's not a berry, and combined its DNA with an Arctic flounder to make it resistant to freezing. Luckily, its natural gift typing is as simple as the grass type! I'll have to deal with this later. Okay, the pitaya berry, which of course is the dragon fruit. All Lockstin said was that this berry would increase your special attack if you have low HP. Now what he didn't say was that, like the games, dragon fruits are capable of creating dyes. It has a spicy and bitter flavor? And yet poison is its natural gift typing? What the heck, Game Freak? Okay, let's try and rationalize this. So in Generation 3, the tag sprite looked like this, having a color scheme that better resembled the fruit it was based on. Then for some reason in Generation 4, they made it orange. And yet they expect you to believe that this fruit would make pink dye for an orange berry. How ridiculous! So I've come to the conclusion that it has to be a hybrid, as it is more akin to this orange dragon fruit than anything else. And as it turns out, hybridization was the key to everything. Because the scientific name of this fruit is the same as the yellow dragon fruit, the Solenocerius megalanthus. And what I uncovered will knock your socks off. They discovered that fruit pigments, anthocyanins, and beta-cyanins, or beta-lanes if you want to be more technical, are not exclusive. So, if you crossbred a white dragon fruit with a pink dragon fruit, then cross-pollinate that with a fruit that's both bitter and spicy, i.e. a lot of members of the nightshade family, and you got yourself a pitaya berry, complete with poison type. And last but not least, we have the normal berry, the stand-in for the lemon. And it's just a freaking ingredient for PokeBlock, and berry powder, and puffins, and also bartering for items. Well, PokeBlocks tend to be cubes of candy made from berries. And candy doesn't usually have nutritional value other than, like, lemon drops. So I went for the next best thing, namely the bioflavonoids. And they are plant-based compounds that take care of both PokeBlock and berry powder. I am not going to touch puffins. So bioflavonoids that we can actually refer to as vitamin P,
That's perfect. That's perfect.
have the benefits of improving glucose tolerance, increasing insulin sensitivity, enhances endothelial function, reduces blood lipids, keeps our mitochondria healthy, and elevates the potency of vitamin C even after it's oxidized, essentially pulling a recycle, reactivating the fruit's effects again. It's something those limeys would have needed to take on scurvy. And it was because of scurvy that the lemon market boomed! So much so that the people began to sour, increasing the numbers of the mafia until the limes proved more effective. What do you have against limes, Game Freak? You even grow limes in Okinawa! Also, how the heck is its natural gift typing dragon type? Lemons tend to give reptiles digestive issues and have little to no nutritional value to them depending on the species. Usually, the juice is like their candy, as in it's fine in moderation, though some lizards hate the smell. My only theory is that reptile goes well with lemons in cooking. As for its taste combination, it doesn't make a lick of sense. The game description says it's quite sour, just one bite makes it impossible to taste for 3 days. And if the fruit is both sour and spicy, the sour neutralizes the spicy! Folks, this is why we have milk after spicy food, because capsaicin is alkaline. Milk is an acid. So the normal berry is scientifically wrong. We have saved the best for last, in terms of what Lockstin forgot.
What the heck is a Loquat?
Ah yes, the Qualot berry. The fruit he referred to as merely a mild sedative may also relieve diarrhea and also helps a healthy mood to counteract intoxication, has more relevance to his channel than he thinks. So, Mr. RKS Theory and Mr. Amphibians, let me show you how little you know about this fruit. Now, there are 5 basic elements of a story: plot, setting, characters, point of view, and conflict. He had the plot: a koi wants to pass over the Dragon Gate. He had the conflict: the gate is too high for most fish to scale. But he didn't have the point of view, i.e. the motivation. Why did the koi want to pass over the Dragon Gate? Well, it's because of Chinese royalty. The fish had seen the Loquat trees that the emperor did not want to give access to, as eating them would give them the strength to reach the fruit. So he grew them out of grass atop a raging waterfall. The koi were believed to bring good fortune, luck, prosperity, and longevity for those who stop and take notice of their gentle nature. However, some were deterred by this force of nature, choosing to be washed away by the strong currents. Soon all the koi were bested by this great water. To make matters worse, a group of evil creatures heard of their efforts and wanted to intervene. They all agreed, let's make the stupid fishes crack even harder. And so they willed the mountain to grow even higher. This new form of adversity, the koi tried again, swimming harder and faster to take on the imposing current. Of course, some were still washed away, but some kept going, zooming up the rapids until one koi scaled incredible heights to reach the top of the mountain, passing through the Dragon Gate, becoming a dragon after getting a bite of the Qualot berry, or the Loquat! Now, Final Fantasy fans would know from the less than popular 14th installment that yes, Loquats can be juiced. While in-game it requires 3 Loquats, a Heaven's Lemon, which are less acidic than Sun Lemons, so basically they're Meyer Lemons, honey, 3 Fire Crystals, and 2 Water Crystals to craft this meal. Which is all fine and good, but if you want to have a lot of juice, you're going to need a lot of Loquats, as they are 2 inches long at max. Not even the 4 you get in Pikmin 3 are enough to have a sufficient swig. But what are the benefits when there are a good amount? This golden nugget, that's what this variety is called, has a flavor that is similar to an apricot, and is characterized for its succulent, tangy sweet orange flesh. But what this fruit is renowned for the most is to treat diseases caused by inflammation, such as bronchitis and asthma. In fact, its fruit, seeds, and leaves are packed with powerful compounds that have been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years. Its juice alone contains an antioxidant that could lower the risk of colorectal, lung, and other cancers. Also, its leaves, seeds, and fruit have been shown to reduce inflammation, the body's overreactive response to an irritant like pathogens or allergens. The Loquat is a fantastic combatant to the common cold, as its cough syrup is a natural immune-strengthening remedy. Fun fact, it is a traditional Chinese medicine elixir recipe that treats coughs, colds, viruses, and the upper respiratory system. Loquat cough syrup can be taken for prevention and treatment. Thankfully, consuming loquat fruits in moderate amounts does not cause any health issues. However, the excessive intake of raw or ripe loquats can trigger digestive issues in the stomach, intestines, can cause kidney problems, in some cases hampers and weakens muscles, in a condition known as toxic myopathy. When it comes to nutrition, these fruits are particularly high in the precursors to vitamin A, which is essential for healthy vision, immune function, and cellular growth. In addition to that, loquats boast folate and vitamin B6, which are important for energy production and blood cell formation. Once more, they provide magnesium and potassium, which are essential for nerve and muscle function, as well as manganese, which supports bone health and metabolism. Lastly, loquats contain small amounts of vitamin C, thiamine, riboflavin, copper, iron, calcium, and phosphorus. Oh, and one minor note, when steeping your leaves for tea, there are trace amounts of arsenic inside, so use them carefully. Well, that explains the poison natural gift typing, and its medicinal prowess works perfectly in terms of making PokeBlock and berry powders. The lower defense EVs works as well. But why is it spicy, sweet, and sour?
I call that excessive.
Well, as far as I can tell, loquats tend to be known for having either white or red flesh cultivars. That explains why it is two-toned as the qualot berry, yet these are its ripening colors. However, I did find that this plant, the Eugenia capora, would explain the taste of the qualot berry, which would be only pleasing to animals if the berry was created in 2019. This fruit would be described as a spicy, zesty, slightly acidic loquat. It even looks like the berry at one stage. The problem is that the date the berry's game debuted was 2002. So one theory I had is that they might have looked to fruit that have not been put into record, because it's nearly 1-to-1. Or perhaps it's merely dumb luck by Game Freak this time. Regardless, the loquat is a fruit packed with potential for medicine, flavor, and mythological history. Here's hoping that more give this cousin of the apple a whirl. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe, and smash that bell to get notifications on the channel where everything grows on you.